So let's talk about how anime ruins your perception of women, love, and here's what I'll first address before we start the video. This happens because of a what's called as a psyop animes. What are those? Like, are they the genre or something? No. It has to do with the fact that the ones who are degenerate, ecchi, and the ones who are like straight up degenerate, and where the main character is a complete pussy, basically, the majority of them are the ones who are the problems. Like something like Berserk are not the problem. Like if you think about the story of Guts, I read the manga version, but the thing about this is that he worked hard and he became strong. He did the hard work, especially when he doesn't feel like it. Is an inspiration. Many people even go to the gym reading Berserk to build a physique. Nothing wrong with that. It's good thing. Well, are these the problem? Is this a kind of the I mean, he had a girlfriend in the manga. If you didn't know, just sort of spoiler alert, I guess. These are not the problem because here, what the story is showing you is that the guy worked hard and he got woman. That's the way it should be. The problem comes when you got this freaking isekais and shit, where the guy just freaking dies. He didn't work hard. Somehow he gets the superpower, and he just had 10-20 humans of harem, which is what the problem. This is where the problem comes that he didn't work hard for it. He was just going about his life and suddenly got lucky. That's the problem. Is that in real life doesn't how it works. In real life, to get a woman, there's so many steps you have to do. You have to say hello to her. You have to go on a date. You have to pay the bills of the date. You need to, for example, you need to develop a connection with her. Then, for her to then get, for her to then allow you to sleep with her, you have to do a lot of things, like 10-20 different things. It takes a long time. And here, what you're getting shown in this type of shows, it's not just the anime, it's mangas and light novels as well. That the guy didn't work hard, he just got her by being a loser. Quite frankly, most of them, the reason why we like this type of shows, the garbage trash, and the reason why this shows makes money in the first place is all linked to the fact that we are all losers. And when we as a losers, when shown that, well, we don't need to work hard as fuck to get this. We could just be getting this by being lucky, or going our day-to-day life, and something just magically will happen. Someone will save us. Just know that you can only save yourself. I think it was Monogatari that said that a person can only save himself, something like that. And I kind of agree with it. You can only save yourself. Every time in these shows that someone just come to save the MC, someone just gave him some superpower. That doesn't how it life works. This is the problem. That when you watch shows like this, what happens to your brain right here is that your brain thinks will get lucky just like the character. The reason why it happens is your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction. Your brain don't know where you are playing the video game or you are a character in the video game. If you murder some people in the video game, your brain thinks that you did it in real life. So many people who played this type of cruel video games, they actually are more desensitized towards slaughter, murder, gore, blood, and all these things. They never really killed anyone. They didn't committed a crime, but if they were shown a live murder, they will be less sensitized towards that. They will have the less feeling towards the murder as compared to if you just shown a live murder, like in real life with your eyes, not on a computer screen, to someone who's never played a video game or never played this kind of video games. Well, he'll be more sensitive towards that. So here's what it does to the brain is the main problem. So then comes the question that what should you do? Well, you should stop watching the rom-com because rom-com is completely garbage. Like I'm not saying that this is just a female garbage and all these things like K-pop and stuff. You should stop watching rom-com as in terms of animes, mangas, Western media, cartoons, everything, because it's really messing you up mentally. It ruins your perception of love. Many people says is that I can't get attracted, like they literally can't get their dick hard on normal looking women. They could be good looking women. If you show the porn to extremely the other end of the spectrum people, like what's known as the weebs, we show the porn to them like normal porn, not the hentai. They literally can't get their dicks hard. Why? Because it's does what it does here. So you need to first of all, if nothing else, stop watching this type of garbage. And what does that mean is maybe just start watching something better. The ideal would be to don't watch anything and just get your entertainment from real life. It's kind of like supplements. The ideal diet is the one where you don't need supplement. What is that diet looks like? Well, it looks like a lot of meat, fruits, some vegetables, some nuts. That's how the diet looks like. And for how does it looks like to get the entertainment from real life? Well, a lot of friends, real life friends, not offline friends, not online friends. That and having the woman in your life, doing some fun activities, going to the gym. This is how the getting the entertainment from real life looks like. The reason why you won't watch them is because you don't have any woman in your life. That's the reason why you watch this type of garbage. If you say theoretically had four women in your life, like four girls, let's say you had the four wives, even better. If you had the four wives, you don't be watching this type of garbage. You would be thinking, well, why am I watching this? I could be having sex instead. So you need to get a woman in your life. It's easier said than done, I know. And it's not going to be easy. Let me be frankly honest with you. It's not going to be easy, but you need to do it because what will happen if you don't do it is the main factor. What actually ends up happening if you keep on going down this rabbit hole? Well, you could have seen many people like the wall comers. What does this term mean? Wall comer. A wall comer is the one who after coming don't even bother clean the floor or his bed sheet. He sucks his bed sheet. He fuck does pillows, the body pillows. He doesn't even bother cleaning his history, like web history. That's the type of person you become. If you watch like Jobless Reincarnation, if you just watch the first episode, I think if you're like this level of addict where you just literally can't get your dick hard on a real life woman, you should at least watch the first episode. And what does that shows you is that this 40-year-old loser, like the way it shows the modern day weeb, is the most accurate definition. And for the fact that it was adapted from light novel, which was really back in the days, I think the author was genius and he predicted that this will happen, or maybe it was happening back then. He just happens to notice it. But that really goes to show a lot about us, and that's the reason why I quit watching animes and stuff because I just realized that it getting me nowhere. It wasn't that I think back then what actually was happened was I had to do a lot of assignments for my college because I didn't knew we had the assignment to begin with. Since it was COVID, nobody was going to the college, and there was WhatsApp group where they were posting all the assignment. I wasn't. I was invited to that group, but I didn't took it seriously, and I was like, I just ignored the message. And so on this group, they were posting all the assignments, and we were supposed to doing them. And I realized later that when the college started, and I was like, there's no assignments and stuff. Then there was a message on the WhatsApp group about the submitting the assignments. I realized, this is what you have to do. This is too complex. Like I wasn't able to solve any of them, and all the solutions were posted on this particular WhatsApp group. Later, when I joined it through some connections, I realized, fuck, holy shit, is I literally write down like kilos or pounds of paper. If you just put all that weight on a weighing machine, it would literally be in pounds. That much I had literally write down. I'm not joking. By the way, this is serious. Like I literally had write down that much. This is no joke. And this is where I literally had no time to watch any even single episode of 20 minutes. I literally had no time. I wasn't even sleeping well. Exercise was out of the list. I wasn't eating much. Yeah, like I had like this much of a brain mental health problem a lot because when you're in this type of high stress lifestyle where you just keep working and you just sat down for I literally remember sitting down for like 6 hours or more, maybe more like eight, like non-stop. I'm talking about no pace, little no water for hours and hours. And this is when my addiction for hentai actually grew very strong. Well, how does that work? That I didn't have the time for anime, but I watched hentai. Well, what I actually was doing was masturbating to that in the night, and I was doing it so excessively that my dick started stopped working. I got the EDs, though I resolved it after that. It had to do with the fact that the more muscle you use, like if you just train your bicep too much every single day, just too much burn, you literally can't even lift your arm up like this. It same happened with here. You just can't lift it up like this. And this is when I quitted that because I realized if I had to quit this addiction, and this is when that was the time when I discovered NoFap. So it had to be like this, that if I had to quit this hentai addiction, I had to quit the animes as well, because both has to be quitted. Because if I just keep watching this, I will have a craving for this. So I had to quit it. And this is when I was on. You remember when I said the wall comer, then the weeps who literally can't get their dick hard on the normal porn. How do I know this? Because I was one of them. I was one of them who literally can't get that. Well, I would, as much as I would like to say it with the proud that, hey guys, then I become this alpha male who's now getting girls and stuff. I was that underdog and I become this. No, I didn't. But what I will say is that quitting that made me more of a social guy, because I had to be social at that point, and I started putting the work in, and I become more social. This is how it went for me. I don't know how it will went for you, but I think you should at least be stop watching this low testosterone, low quality, garbage, small dick, small penis, pussy MC type animes and mangas for or any type of other content for that matter, where the main character is shown this weak guy who's shy around the girls. He has a lot of girls, but he can't fuck them because he's just too shy. He gets the nose bleeding all the time. If your anime includes nose bleeding, stop watching it. Like it's not going to be good for you. Maybe find something else to watch. There are like thousand difference of this stuff. Like I don't know how many are there, but you could be finding something else to watch instead. Just do that for right now. At least do this. If you're watching a show that has nose bleeding, you need to stop watching it. Maybe find some other type of content, maybe like some movies. But this is not negotiable. Nose bleeding is a shitty garbage. I don't know who came up with that. And the reason why we liked it, though we didn't like it, but you keep on watching it, is because it has to do with the fact that when you come across a real girl, real life girls, you are the same shy person, you are the equivalent to the nose bleeding. The equivalent to the nose bleeding for you would be the heart beating. And this is why majority of the people who just criticize this MC that what a pussy, in real life they are the pussies as well who just can't speak to the girls and are too shy. Well, how do I know this? Again, I was there. I had been there into that rabbit hole. I was criticizing this, like, if you know the high school DxD, I was criticizing the MC and thinking, like, what a fucking pussy, you just fuck the girls. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? The hentai version of it does better. What the fuck is wrong with you? Well, the fuck is wrong with him is not is the fact that the fuck is wrong with you. Understand it. This is a bit complex. That there is you had the same problem as him, that you're shy around the girls and it hurts your ego, because it literally, if you're shown that something you're bad at and you're shown that on the screen, if you're bad at studying and you're shown the same loser, it kind of hurts your ego. If you're bad at speaking to the girls and you're ashamed of that and you're watching this type of content, it hurts your ego, but at the same time your brain relates to that and wants you to watch more of it. And that's the reason why we criticize them, because you are the same as them. So if you had to tweak one thing from this video, well, ideally you should stop watching this garbage altogether and get the entertainment from real life. But at least for now, start watching something better. Maybe something like Fight Club, Spartan, 300, Spartan. Those could be a good idea. Or something like first movie of the Matrix. Start watching something like that, the least, because you should not be watching this content. It really messes you up later down on the line. I know it because I done it. I went down that rabbit hole, and this is why I came out of the rabbit hole to teach you guys that this is not a good idea to go into that rabbit hole. It's not good for you. If you ever think about, how do we know that certain foods are poison, how do we know that certain frogs and snakes are something that we should not eat because they are the extreme levels of poison that can kill us, or some specific plants that we should never eat, because there's a plant which are literal poison, toxics. If you eat them, you literally die. How do we know that? Think about it. How do we know this plant is toxic? Well, maybe you can say, oh, I just Google it. Well, where did the information came from? Somebody has to die. Some of your ancestors, someone of our ancestors had to die to figure that out. Imagine this, that literal people had died to figure out what vegetables, what plants, what fruits, and what animals we should eat, we should never eat. For that, many people have literally given up their lives for this information. And here I am doing, and this is what happened, like they died, and this is how we know that this is not good for us. And this is how I fall into this rabbit hole, and I wasted a lot of years of my life. And this is why you should know that it's not good for us, because I went down that rabbit hole. Just like that guy who died eating some random vegetable like which was a poison, and now we know that vegetable is not good for us. So there's actually a good quote. The man who learns from his own mistake. No, actually, wait. I just remember it. The person who learns from his mistake is a man, but the man who learns from the mistake of others is a superior man. Something like that. I just don't remember the quotes properly. But basically, if you learn from your own mistake, you are a real man. If you learn the mistake, if you learn from the mistakes of other, you are a superior man. Like it's like think about an army commander. If you learn from your own mistake, you are a commander of a big army. But for you to be a king, like literal kings of so many of these commanders, you have to be learning from the mistakes of others. Which one you want to be, a man or a superior man? For now, after watching this video, I hope you chose to be the superior man, learning from my mistake, which I did, and so that you don't have to do that mistake. I hope you like this video, and if you do, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, the algorithm thing. Comment if you had any issues, then I will be able to help you with that.